Before proceeding, ensure you've reviewed the group stage explanation. Cease viewing and watch that segment first. Serious talk, close this video right now if you haven't watched part 1. Don't ruin the timeline for yourself. The relevant link is provided below. We'll be right here when you return. 32 nations successfully navigate the initial phase. These triumphant squads then advance to the elimination rounds. The established protocols undergo a complete transformation. Forget everything you knew about the rules up to this point. From here on out, it's a pure game of survival. A single fixture dictates your continued participation. A loss signifies immediate expulsion from the competition. There are no second opportunities, no accumulation of points, and no margin for error. Brutal, maybe, but this pure, unadulterated tension is exactly why we love football. Here's a precise breakdown of the process. 32 contenders, 4 decisive stages, and ultimately 1 victor. The initial hurdle is the round of 32, followed by the round of 16, then the quarterfinals, the semifinals, culminating in the grand finale. The tournament structure or bracket is predetermined. You can anticipate your potential adversaries through to the championship match even before the first whistle blows. Have you already mapped out your dream final in your head, or are you just waiting for everything to descend into total chaos? Success in your designated half of the bracket secures a place in the ultimate showdown. 90 minutes of regulation time. Should the score remain tied, an additional 30 minutes of extra time will be played, divided into 2 15-minute periods. The game clock continues to run uninterrupted. The golden goal rule has been obsolete since 2004. And honestly, thank goodness for that, because that rule still gives some certain goalkeepers actual nightmares. If the deadlock persists after extra time, a penalty shootout will decide the outcome. Each side will take 5 penalties. If parity is still maintained, the contest enters a sudden death phase. And this is the exact moment where millions of fans around the world collectively forget how to breathe. A single missed attempt will bring the match to a definitive end. There are no draws, no points awarded, and no possibility of a comeback. Elimination football represents the zenith of sporting pressure. You may have believed the group stage was intense. Your perception was accurate. However, this is a fundamentally different challenge. Just imagine your entire career and the hopes of a whole nation resting on one single kick. How would you handle that pressure? The knockout rounds elevate the tournament into an entirely distinct spectacle. In the group stage, a team can endure a defeat and still progress. Within the elimination phase, that scenario is utterly inconceivable. Every athlete comprehends that a solitary error can extinguish their World Cup aspirations. For certain players, this competition marks their ultimate World Cup appearance. Unexpected outcomes are commonplace in this stage. This is where the legends of the game are broken, leaving entire generations of fans in tears. Premier contenders frequently find themselves eliminated. No participant is assured of safety. The quarterfinals see 8 teams remaining. Each subsequent fixture now directly determines progression to the semifinals. The semifinals feature 4 teams. Only 3 matches stand between you and the coveted trophy. The vanquished semifinalists will compete in a playoff for 3rd place. To be completely honest, the 3rd place match has always felt like a consolation prize for teams that just want to pack their bags and go home. Subsequently, the final, featuring 2 teams, a single match, and 1 undisputed champion. The penalty shootout warrants its own dedicated explanation. 5 designated players from each squad will step up. Each receives 1 opportunity to score. It's a direct confrontation between the goalkeeper and the penalty taker. The goalkeeper must anticipate the taker's chosen direction. The penalty taker must precisely place the ball. Both individuals perform this under the immense scrutiny of millions of viewers. No pressure at all, right? Just half the planet watching your every micro movement. Then, after each team has taken 5 penalties, if the score remains level, sudden death commences. A single errant shot ends a nation's World Cup dream. Entire countries have been eliminated due to a single missed penalty. Careers have been irrevocably shaped by the outcome of 1 missed penalty. In just a moment, we'll look back at the most iconic misses that became instant national tragedies. This represents the most gripping 6 minutes in the realm of sports. No other sporting event can rival its intensity, and somehow, the goalkeeper is expected to make saves without any prior indication of the taker's intent. In the group stage, a subpar performance can be rectified. In knockout football, an unsatisfactory display results in permanent elimination. The most formidable teams globally have been ousted in the round of 16 by opponents who were not widely anticipated to succeed. Think back to the massive upsets of the past. Which underdog do you think is going to pull off a miracle in 2026? This is precisely what positions knockout football as the most captivating format in sports. Anything is possible, and frequently it does transpire. Group winners will face the runners-up from other groups in the initial knockout round. Securing first place in your group theoretically grants you a less demanding path in the bracket. However, in practice, two powerhouses can still collide as early as the round of 16. And that turns a favorable bracket into an absolute nightmare for analysts and bookmakers alike. Once you are integrated into the tournament bracket, you have no influence over your subsequent opponents. Your sole focus must be on winning each match, one 90-minute contest at a time, until only a single team remains standing. You now possess a comprehensive understanding of both phases, the group stage and the knockout stage. Collectively, this knowledge equips you entirely for experiencing the 26 World Cup. Now you're fully ready to watch this historic tournament unfold with a completely different perspective. The explainer for the group stage is available in the description. Please view it if you haven't already. The game itself remains unchanged. You, however, have evolved. You're welcome.